And the Sneaky Peeky Spying. Written by Barbara Park. Illustrated by Denise Brunkus. Chapter 1. Sneaky Peeky Spying. My name is Junie B Jones. The B stands for Beatrice. Except, I don't like Beatrice, I just like B, that's all. I go to kindergarten. Kindergarten is what comes before first grade, except for I don't know why it's called that silly word of kindergarten, because it should be called 0 grade, I think. My teacher has the name of Mrs. She has some other name too, but I like to call her Mrs., and that's all. Mrs. has short brown hair and skirts of wool, and she smiles a real lot, except for sometimes when I'm noisy, she claps her loud hands at me. It used to scare me very much, only when I got used to it. And now I don't even pay it any attention. I wish Mrs. lived next door to me. Then me and her would be neighbors and bestest friends, and also I could spy on her. Spying is when you're very quiet and you look at people through a peeky hole or a crack or something. I'm a very good spyer. That's because I have sneaky feet and my nose doesn't whistle when I breathe. Last Friday morning at Grandpa Miller's house, I hid it in the dirty clothes hamper. Then my grandpa came in the bathroom and he lifted up the lid a teeny bit, and I peeked my eyes at him, and guess what? Grandpa Miller took his whole teeth right out of his head. That's what. I popped right out of that hamper. "Hey, Grandpa, how did you do that crazy thing?" I hollered. Then my grandpa screamed very loud, and he runned out of the bathroom speedy quick. Grandpa Miller has high blood pressure, I think. Pretty soon, Mother hurried into the bathroom with angry feet. "That's it!" she yelled. "No more spying. This is the last time I'm telling you. Do you hear me, Missy? Do you?" "Yes," I said. "'Cause you're hollering right in my ear, that's why." Then Mother took me home, except for she kept on staying mad at me. "Find something quiet to do," she said kind of growly. "Your baby brother has to take his morning nap." And so then I thought about what to do, and a very great idea popped into my head. First, I took off my loud shoes and tippy-toed into baby Ollie's room in just my sock feet, and I spied on him through the bars of his crib. 'Cause what could be quieter than sneaky peeky spying, of course. Only too bad for me, because the boring old baby just kept on sleeping, and he wasn't fun. And that's how come I accidentally blowed on his face. And I tickled his nose with a ribbon, and I shouted, "Wake up!" in his ear. And guess what? Ollie opened his eyes, that's what. Then he started crying very loud, and Mother ran into the room, only she didn't even see me, because I quick hid it in the closet. I smiled to just myself. "I'm the bestest spyer in the whole wide world," I said inside my head. That's how come when I rode the bus to school that day, I did a little bit of bragging. "I'm the bestest spyer in the whole world," I said to my bestest friend, Grace. Then I took off my shoes and I showed her my sneaky sock feet. "See," I said. "See how quiet they are? You can hardly even hear those guys." After that, I breathed in and out for her. "And see, my nose doesn't whistle either," I said. And that Grace smiled. "I'm good at spying too," she said. I patted her. "Yeah, only too bad, Grace. But you can't be as good as me, 'cause I said it first." That Grace did a mad breath at me. It's called a huffy, I think. "I heard your nose whistle, Grace," I told her. And just then the bus got to school, and me and Grace raced each other to the playground. Except for she beat at me, only it didn't count because I really wasn't racing. Then we played horses with my other bestest friend named Lucille. Only pretty soon the bell rang, and we all run to room 9 speedy quick. Mrs. was at the door waiting for us. "Good afternoon, ladies," she said. "Good afternoon, lady," I said back, very polite. Then Mrs. smiled at me. That's because she is the nicest teacher I ever saw. And so I would wish me and her were bestest friends. And guess what else? I wish I could hide in her hamper. Chapter 2, Questions. Me and my bestest friend Lucille sit at the same table together. My table is where I sit up straight and do my work and don't talk to my neighbor. Except I keep forgetting that part. "I wonder where Mrs. lives," I whispered to Lucille real quiet. "Shh," said Lucille. "We can't talk or else we'll get in trouble. And anyway, you're not allowed to know where she lives because it's a secret." "Says who?" I asked. "Says my brother, that's who. And he's in 3rd grade. And he says teachers have to keep their house secret or else kids might go there and throw rotten tomatoes." I did a huffy breath at her. "Yeah, only I don't want to throw rotten tomatoes, Lucille," I explained. "I just want to hide in her hamper, that's all." "I don't care," she said. "You're still not allowed, because my brother said so. And he knows more than you do, so there." I made an angry face. "So there is not a nice word, Lucille," I said. Then I made a fist at her, except for Mrs. saw me, and so I had to unfold it. After that, I behaved myself very good. I sat up real straight, and I did all my work. Work is when you use your brain and a pencil. Only sometimes I accidentally use my eraser too hard, and the big hole rubs in my paper. "Hey! I did beautifully today," I called out. "'Cause guess what? No hole. That's what." And Mrs. came to my table and she put a gold star on my work. "You did do beautifully, Junie B," she said. "Maybe I'll hang on to this one on the wall for Grandparents' Day on Monday. Would you like that?" "Yes," I said. "Only I keep on forgetting how come those guys are coming to this place." And Mrs. explained to me all about Grandparents' Day again. She said our grandparents are coming for a visit, and we get to show them room 9. And also we get to have freshments together. Mrs. said freshments are cookies and a beverage. I raised my hand. "Yeah, only I don't think I'm allowed to have the kind of drink named a beverage, 'cause I'm only allowed to have milk and juice, and that's all." Mrs. looked up at the ceiling with her eyes. Then I looked up there too, but I didn't see anything. "How many of you think you can bring cookies on Monday?" asked Mrs. I can," I hollered, very excited, "'cause my mother is the bestest cookie baker in the whole world." That's why, except for one time she accidentally forgot that they were in the oven and the firemen had to come to our house. Mrs. laughed, only I don't know why, 'cause that's not a funny story. After that, she gave me a note for Mother, and it was writing about some baking cookies, I think. "If your mother has any questions, please tell her to call me," said Mrs. Just then, I got a very great idea. "Hey," I said, "maybe me and my mother can bring the cookies to your house, and so then I can see where you live." Mrs. rumpled my hair. "You don't have to come to my house, Junie B. Just bring the cookies to school on Monday morning." I smiled very sweet. "Yeah, only I still want to see where you live," I said. Then Mrs. turned around and she walked back to her desk, and that's how come I had to follow her. "Do you have the rich kind of house or the regular kind of house?" I asked her, "'cause I just have a regular kind of house." Except for Mother wants the rich kind, only Daddy said lots of luck. And Mrs. pointed at my chair. That means sit down, I think. "Yeah, only do you have a daddy that lives at your house too? Are there any pictures of him in your wallet? Let's look in there, okay? Do you have a secret compartment in it? 'Cause my Grandpa Miller has one of those things with $50 in it. Only don't tell Grandma." Mrs. took my hand, and then me and her walked back to my table. "Yeah, only guess what? I'm wondering now I'm wondering what your bedtime is, 'cause my bedtime is when the little hand is at the 7 and the big hand is at the 6. Only I hate that dumb, stupid bedtime, because I'm not even tired yet, of course. Mrs. put her fingers to her lips. That's enough, Junie B, she said. And I mean it. I want you to settle down now. And then she went right back to the front of the room, and she didn't answer any of my questions. Because guess why? Mrs. is a secret mystery guy, that's why. Chapter 3, Secret Mystery Guy. Me and my bestest friend Grace rode the bus home together. That's when I told her about Mrs. and her secret house. Mrs. is a secret mystery guy, I said, because she wouldn't answer any of my questions, and so now I have the curiosity about her. That Grace wrinkled her eyebrows. Me too, she said. Now I have curiosity about her too. I patted her again. Yeah, only too bad, Grace. But you can't have as much as me because I said it first, remember that? That Grace did another huff at me. Whoops. Your nose is still whistling, Grace, I said. After a few minutes later, I got off the bus and run to my house like a speedy rocket. Grandma, Grandma, I shouted, very excited. It's me. It's Junie B Jones. I'm home from school. Grandma Miller babysits me and baby Ollie when Mother is at work. She was in the kitchen feeding Ollie sprained peas. Guess what, Grandma? Guess what? My teacher is a secret mystery guy, and she won't tell me where she lives, only I want to go there to her house very bad. Grandma Miller shushed me. There's no need to shout, Junie B, she said. I'm right here. Yeah, only I can't help it, Grandma, because I have curiosity about her. Grandma Miller did a little smile. Curiosity killed the cat, you know that, she said. Then my mouth opened wide, and my eyes got very big too. What cat, Grandma? Where did the curiosity kill it? Was it in the street by the school? Because I saw a squished cat in the street by my school. Only Polly Allen Puffer said it got run over by an ice cream truck. Grandma Miller looked at me for a very long time, and then she went to the sink, and she took an aspirin. Just then, I heard a noise at the front door. And its name is Mother, was home from work. Mother, I have an important note from Mrs. because you and me are going to bake delicious cookies, and then we can take them to her house and see where she lives. Mother read the note. The note says to take the cookies to the school, Junie B, not to your teacher's house. Yeah, only I already know that, but my teacher is a secret mystery guy, and she won't tell me where she lives, and so you have to find it ourselves. Mother shook her head. No way, Toots, she said. Yes way, I hollered. We have to. Because now I got curiosity in me, and I have to find out where her house is, or else Grandma said I'm going to get run over by an ice cream truck. Then Mother did a frown at Grandma, and then Grandma took another aspirin. Your teacher is not a secret mystery guy, Junie B, said Mother. She's just a regular person with a regular family, and there's no way that you and I are going to bother her at her house. I stamped my foot. Yes, we are. Yes, we are too, because I want to know, that's why. After that, I got sent to my room because of no shouting and no stamping my foot. Only I never even heard of that dumb rule before. I shut my door very angry. Then I put my head under my pillow, and I called Mother the name of Pewy Head. And guess what? I said it very quiet. Teachers are not regular people, so there. Ha ha. Chapter 4, Cookie Mix and Other Stuff. The next day was Saturday. Saturday is the day me and my mother go to the grocery store. I have rules at that place, like no hollering the words I want ice cream, or no calling Mother by the name of Big Meanie when she won't buy it, and no eating a bag of marshmallows that doesn't belong to you, or else the store guy yanks it away from you and he says eating is the same thing as stealing, young lady. Then he takes you to Mother, and she has to pay for the whole entire bag, except for, I don't know why, because I only ate 3 of those softy guys, and that's all. The carts at the grocery store have seats in them. That's where babies sit. Only not me, because big girls get to walk by themselves. And guess what else? One time, Mother even let me push the whole big cart without any help, except for then some baked meat beanies got knocked off their shelf and Grandma got her foot caught in my tire, and so now I have to wait till I'm bigger. My favorite aisle is where the cookies are. That's because sometimes there's a lady there and she gives Mother cookie samples and we don't even have to pay for them. Their name is Freebies, I think. Only too bad for me because this time there wasn't a lady there. Darn it, I whispered, very disappointed. No freebie lady. Mother smiled. That's okay. When we get home, we're going to bake our own cookies for Grandparents' Day, remember? Won't that be fun? She asked. I made my shoulders go up and down. That's because I was still mad at her for not taking me to my teacher's house, of course. What kind of cookie mix do you want? Asked Mother. I did a frown at her. I don't even want to bake cookies anymore, I said, because you still won't take me where Mrs. lives. Mother rumpled my hair. Staying mad isn't going to change things, Junie B, she said. Now, do you want to pick out the cookie mix or shall I? And then Mother picked out some cookie mix and she gave it to me and I throwed it at the cart very hard. Thank you, said Mother. You're not welcome, I said. After that, Mother took me outside of the store and me and her had a little talk. A little talk is when Mother is mad at me and she says, Who do I think I am, Missy? And exactly how long do I think she's going to put up with me? Then I have to say an apology to her. Apology is the words I'm sorry, except for you don't actually have to mean it because nobody can even tell the difference. After the little talk, we went back into the store. Shall we try again? Asked Mother. And she gave me another box of cookie mix and I put it in the cart very nice. That's better, she said. Thank you. You're not welcome, I said inside my head. And then I smiled to just myself because Mother can't even hear me in there. After that, me and her went around the corner and I saw my most favorite thing in the whole world. And its name is Water Fountain. Hey, I need a drink, I said very excited. And I run right over there and I hopped up on the little step. Need some help? Mother called Mother. No, I said, because I'm almost 6 years old and that's why. And so I already know how to work this big guy. And here's another thing I know, I said. No putting your mouth in the water spout or else germs will get inside you and you will die, I said, very proud. Polly Allen Puffer told me that, I explained. Then I bended my head over the fountain and I drank for a very long time. Hurry up, Junie B, said Mother. I need to get the shopping done. I wiped my mouth off with my arm. Yeah, only I can't hurry up or else I might get a stomach ache and spit up water because a boy named William did that on the playground yesterday. Mother looked at her watch. Okay, well, I'm going to be right here in the cereal aisle. As soon as you finish drinking, come directly back to me. Okie dokie, I said, very happy. And then I turned around and I drinked. Except for then I started feeling a little bit sickish, and so I had to sit down on the little step and rest my water. And that's when the big front doors of the grocery store opened. And guess what? My eyes popped out of my head, that's what. Because I saw a big shock, and its name was Mrs. My real live teacher, Mrs., was at the grocery store. Chapter 5, Sickish. Mrs. didn't see me. That's because I hid it behind the water fountain speedy fast. And guess what? She had a man with her, and I never saw that guy before. Hey, who the heck is that? I said to myself. Then I runned my fastest to the cereal aisle to tell Mother what I saw. All of a sudden I remembered about how she told me no more spying, and so maybe I might get in trouble with her, I think. That's how come I stopped running, and I started to go back to peek at Mrs. some more. But Mother's already spotted me. Hey, where are you going? She called at me. Come here. Yeah, only I can't come there, I explained. because I just remembered something very important, and it's called I'm Not Done Drinking Yet. And I run right back to the water fountain. Only Mrs. and that strange man had already disappeared. Shoot, I said. Where did those sneaky Peeties go? And after that, I had to look all over the store for those guys. First, I looked down where the chocolate milk was. Then I looked where the paschetti and tomato sauce was. And I also looked where the delicious candy was. Only guess where I found them? The stinky dumb vegetables, that's where. I quick ducked and hid around the corner. Then I did some sneaky peeky spying on them, and I saw Mrs. picking out a yucky blucky broccoli and a stewy pewy tomatoes, and also the kind of vegetables named zucchini. Except for then the strange man snatched zucchini right out of her hands, and he tried to put it back on the shelf. Only Mrs. grabbed it right back again. And she pretended to hit him on the head with it, and then they both started laughing very much. That's when a very terrible thing happened. It's called Mrs. and the strange man did a big smoochy kiss. And it was right in front of the whole entire everybody. I covered my eyes. That's because I was ashamed of her. Of course, on account of teachers shouldn't do that smoochy thing. After that, I peeked my eyes between my fingers, and I saw Mrs. standing at the grapes, and she picked up a bunch of green kind, and then she put some grapes right off the top of it. And that was when the most terrible thing happened. Because just then, Mrs. put the grapes in her mouth, and she ate them. Mrs. ate the grapes, and she didn't even pay for them. Oh no, I whispered, very upset. Oh no, oh no. Because eating is the same thing as stealing, remember? And teachers aren't supposed to be stealing. Teachers are supposed to be the perfecter than that, because they have to set a good sample for little children. And after that, I felt very sickish inside of my stomach on account of Mrs. didn't even get caught and learn her lesson, because nobody saw what she did. Not the store guy, not the strange man, nobody. Nobody except for me. Chapter 6, Squeezy Lips. I didn't tattletale on Mrs. That's because if I told Mother, I would have got in trouble for spying. And if I told the store guy, Mrs. might go to jail. And so I just kept it a secret inside my head. Because nobody can see secrets inside your head. Not even if they look in your ears. On Sunday, Grandma and Grandpa Miller came to our house for dinner. Only I couldn't talk to them that much because secrets are very slippery and I didn't want it to slip out of my mouth by accident. Why so quiet, Junie B? Said Grandma Miller at the table. Cat got your tongue? My mouth went wide open. What cat, Grandma? Is it the same that got killed by the ice cream truck? How come he wants to get my tongue? Did his tongue get squished by the accident? Grandma Miller made a face, and then she didn't eat her roast beef anymore. Mother looked surprised at me. You sure did get chatty all of a sudden. Does that mean you're not mad at me about the cookies anymore? And so then I remembered to stop talking again, or else my secret might slip out. I squeezed my lips together very tight, and guess what else? Even the next day, when I was on the school bus, my lips still stayed squeezed. Hi, Junie B, said my bestest friend, Grace. I did a wave at her, and that Grace frowned at me. How come you're not saying hi? You have to say hi. It's the rules. Except for I didn't say hi, and just so then she called me the big name of Stinky. And when we got to school, that Grace told Lucille I was being a meanie, and so those two played horses all by themselves and not me, and that's how come I finally had to sing something very loud at them. I've got a secret. Ha 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 ha, I sang. So that Grace put her hands on her lips. So, she said, we don't care, do we, Lucille? Except for just then, Lucille runned over to me speedy quick, because she cared, that's why. If you tell me your secret, I'll be your best friend, she said. Yeah, only I can't, Lucille, I explained, because if I tell you my secret, Mrs. might get in big trouble, and so we have to keep it inside my head. Lucille did a frown at me. It's not good to keep secrets inside your head, Junie B, she said. My brother says keeping secrets inside your head makes pressure in there, and pretty soon your head blows up. My eyes got very big at her. Oh no, I hollered real upset. And then I hold up my head real tight with both hands. And then I run very fast to the nurse's office because she has Band-Aids to hold your head together, I think. My head's gonna blow up, my head's gonna blow up. I yelled at the nurse. She jumped up from her desk and hurried over to me. What's wrong, Junie B? Do you have a bad headache? She asked. No, I have a secret, and it's about Mrs. Only I can't tell anybody. And now there's pressure in my head, and I need a Band-Aid, or else it's going to explode. The nurse said calm down to me, and then put a Band-Aid on my head. And me and her went to the principal's office. Principal is the boss of the school. Me and him know each other very good. That's because I keep on getting sent down there. And so now, I'm not even afraid of that guy. Principal sat me in a big wood chair. Good afternoon, Junie B, he said. What's the trouble today? Good afternoon, I said back. My head's gonna blow. Principal frowned his eyes at me. Why do you think that? He asked. I did a little bit of squirming. Because I got a secret in there, that's why, I said. Principal sat down at his desk, at his big desk, and he folded his hands. Well, maybe if you tell me your secret, I can help you. Yeah, only I can't talk, I told him. Principal looked disappointed at me. But I thought you and I were pals, he said. We are, I said. I'm not even afraid of you. Principal did a chuckle. Well, that's good. That's good, he said. Then why don't you tell me what's bothering you? That's when I did a huffy breath at him. 'Cause that guy was not listening to me, of course. Yeah, only I already said I can't talk. Remember that? 'Cause if I talk, then I might accidentally tell you that my teacher stole grapes at the grocery store. And then she might have to go to jail. And so that's how come I just have to keep it a secret inside my head. And that's all. I smoothed my skirt. The end, I said. And I squeezed my lips together very tight, or else my secret might slip out. Only guess what? I think it already did. Chapter 7, Sour Grapes. Principal called Mrs. to come to the office. Only I didn't even know what he was going to do. That sneaky thing. And that's how come I had to pull my skirt all the way over my head, or else Mrs. would have seen me there. And she would know that I tattletaled on her. Don't do that, the principal said. Yeah, only I'm allowed, I said. From underneath my skirt, 'cause I have on my new red tights and also boxer shorts. After that, principal went out of his office and I heard my teacher's voice outside the door. Then I got quick down there from the wood chair and I hid it under the principal's giant desk because I was scared of what was going to happen, that's why. I stayed quiet for lots of moments. Then I heard feet come back in, so I made a breath very quiet. Junie B Jones, the principal said. She might be hiding, said Mrs. She's good at that, you know. And so then I had to think of some something very quick, or else they might come looking for me, I think. Yeah, only Junie B Jones is in hiding, I said in a scary voice. Junie B Jones had to go home. Only don't call her mother, or else she will get mad at you and crack your head open. After that, feet walked real fast around the desk. It was the principal. Come out of here right now, young lady, he said. I peeked my eyes at him. Shoot, I said very quiet. Then I had to sit in the big wood chair again, and Mrs. sat down next to me, except for I didn't look at her, or else she might be making a fist at me. Good afternoon, Junie B, she said in a nice voice. I did a gulp. I think you and I need to have a little talk, she said. Then my eyes got a teeny bit of wet in them, because a little talk means I'm going to get yelled at. Yeah, only I tried not to tattletale on you, I said very quick, because I didn't want you to go to jail for stealing grapes, and so I kept the secret inside my head, and I didn't talk, and Grandma Miller thought the dead cat got my tongue. Only today, Lucille said that my head was going to blow, and so that's how come I run to the nurse's office for a Band-Aid, and she took me to the principal, and then my secret accidentally slipped out of my lips. Mrs. dried my eyes with a tissue. It's okay, Junie B. I'm not angry at you. I just need to know what you saw me do at the grocery store. Can you tell me what you saw? Then she, and that word exactly. Then she said the word exactly. It made my voice very whispering. I exactly saw you eat grapes, I told her. Except for you didn't pay the storeman for them. You just put them in your mouth and ate them. And that word is called stealing, I think. After that, I hid my head under my skirt. You don't have to hide, Junie B, said Mrs. I'm the one who should be hiding. I'm the one who took the grapes. I peeked my eyes over my skirt. Then Mrs. did a smile, and she explained all about what happened. 2 weeks ago, I bought some grapes at the grocery store. But when I got home, I discovered they were so sour, no one in my family would eat them. So this week, when my husband and I went back to the store, I thought I'd be the smart and taste a couple grapes before I bought them. I raised my eyebrows. Is that the rules? I asked very quiet. Mrs. shook her head. No, she said, that's not the rules. I should have told the grocery man about my sour grapes, and then I should have asked if I could sample one or two. But I didn't do that, and it was right of you to worry when you saw me eating them without paying for them. It was? I asked. Mrs. smiled again. Of course it was, she said. It shows you know right from wrong, and it shows teachers make mistakes just like everybody else. Teachers aren't perfect, Junie B. No one is perfect. After that, I felt relief in me, because no more secret, that's why. Yeah, and guess what else I saw? I said, very happy. I saw you and your strange man do a big smoochy kiss, and it was right in front of the whole entire everybody. Only you didn't even know I was spying on you, because I'm not actually allowed to do that sneaky thing. Only my mother never even find it out. I smiled, very proud of myself, except for Mrs. didn't smile back. And the principal didn't smile back too, because guess why? Another secret just slipped out, that's why. Chapter 8, Grandparents' Day. Mrs. went back to room 9. That's because the bell rang to start kindergarten, of course. Only principal didn't let me go, too. He said to stay in my wood chair, and then he called my mother on the telephone, and he told her about the grocery store and about my sneaky peeky spying. Principal's a squealer. After that, Mother said that she wanted to talk to me, only when I said hi, she didn't even say hi back. She said she wasn't very happy with me, Missy, and no more spying means no more spying. And we would talk about this after work. Then Mother said I she never wants to get any more phone calls from the principal. Did I understand? Did I? I looked at Principal. Mother says not to call her anymore, I told him. Mother did a loud groan in the phone, except I don't know why. After that, me and her hanged up, and Principal said I should go to room 9. So I run there speedy quick. Only too bad for me, 'cause I got there too late to sing My Country, 'Tis Thee, Sweet Land of Liver Free, which is my favorite flag song. And so I just had to sit down at the table, and that's all. I showed Lucille my Band-Aid. See, my head's not blown up, I said, very happy. Too bad, said that meanie boy Jim. I made a fist at him. Then me and him got into a scuffle. Scuffle is a school word for an accident, for I accidentally tore his shirt. Only guess what? I didn't even get in trouble. 'Cause just then, the grandparents' day came to room 9. The grandparents came to room 9 for Grandparents' Day. Hey, there's mine, there's mine, there's mine, I hollered, very excited. Mine is Grandma with the baldy head. Grandpa with the baldy head. Mine too, a girl named Charlotte. Mine too, said a boy named Ricardo. Then a grandpa with blonde hair came in, and she had a long red fingernails and dangling earrings and jewels on them. That's my Nana, said Lucille. I smiled at her. Your Nana looks like a money bags, Lucille, I said. After that, another grandma came in, and she runned over to that Jim I hate and tried to hug him very tight. Only that means Jim just kept on standing there, and he didn't even hug her back. I tapped on her. I will hug you, I said. And so then me and her hugged real tight. I hate your grandboy, I said, very sweet. Just then Mrs. clapped her loud hands together, and she made the grandparents sit down in the back of the room. Then the children talked all about what we do in room 9. It is fun here, I said with It is fun here, said my bestest friend Grace. We learn to count and read and wash our hands after we go to the bathroom. And we learn recess and snacks and art. Art's my favorite, I called out. Only my art didn't get hanged up because I painted a horse and his head turned out like a fat wiener sausage. And so I had to tear it up and stomp on it with my shoes. And that meanie Jim did a cuckoo sign at me. And it was right in front of the whole entire grandparents. Yeah, everybody makes mistakes, right, Mrs., right? Because on Saturday, you kissed a strange man in the grocery store, and then you stole a bunch of grapes. And so even teachers make mistakes, right? Mrs. face went funny. Then her skin turned the color of reddish, and her voice couldn't say any words. How come you're not talking, Mrs.? I hollered. Does the dead cat got your tongue? How come you're not talking, Mrs.? I hollered out. Does the dead cat got your tongue? Just then Grandma Miller made a laugh in the back of the room. Then I heard my grandpa laugh too. And pretty soon lots of other grandparents were laughing and laughing. Hey, it sounds like happy in this place, I hollered. After that, Mrs. didn't look so reddish anymore. Then we got out the freshments, and Grandma Miller helped me put my cookies on a plate. Mrs. made an announcement to room 9, and she said only 2 cookies apiece for the children, except for I ate 4 delicious chocolate ones, and nobody even saw me. Only that's not called stealing. That's called extras. After the freshments, the grandparents had to go home to their houses, and so I hugged my grandpa and grandma very much. And then I hugged that mean Jim's grandma too. And also Lucille, Moneybags Nana, I love your earrings, I said. And Mrs. saw me being polite, and she smiled very nice at me. Mrs. has white teeth. They are just like Grandpa Miller's teeth,
Only hers don't come out, I think. Except for I'm not for sure positive. And so guess what? I still wish I could hide in her hamper, that's what.